The Detroit Lions have a lot to shout about these days. They have a winning record after 6 losing seasons. Players say a key part of that turnaround on and off the field is number 8, quarterback John Kitna, a man devoted to his team and God.
My mission is to do whatever I can to be obedient to Christ and further his gospel, tell people about the things he's done in my life and the things he can do in their life.
Kitna's faith in Jesus Christ made national headlines early in the season. It was September 16th. The Lions were in a battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Kitna suffered a concussion after taking hits from behind and from the side.
I ended up staying in the game for a couple of plays, threw a touchdown, all that. Didn't remember any of it. Hadn't remembered that we played the week before in Oakland. Basically, I was totally out of it, on my feet.
Detroit Lions chaplain Dave Wilson recalls the game.
I was on that sideline. I mean, he was out of it. It was just weird. Didn't know who I was, didn't know who people were. And then at halftime, I talked to him, and it just started, cognizance was coming back.
Into the third quarter, there was no lingering effects at all. And I've had concussions before where not only can I'm sitting there on the sideline thinking, man, I'm not going to be able to play this game, but when will I be able to play again? Because concussions can linger, and sometimes you don't get back in there for 2-3 weeks.
Kitna not only went back in that same game, but also helped lead the Lions to a 20-17 win in overtime. In one case, making a 15-yard run off a deflected pass to pick up a key first down. Kitna says, no question, he was miraculously healed by God.
To me, a miracle is when I can't explain something. And there is no explanation. The doctors can't explain it. I can't explain it. Nobody can explain it. And you cannot convince me that God wasn't at work there for whatever reason. I don't know why he did it. I don't know why that happened. But all I know is I was out of it and then ended up being totally cognizant with no issues, no symptoms whatsoever.
When it comes to being a born-again Christian, Kit and his teammates say he walks the talk, and that's making a difference.
Guys know that anything about Kitna is nothing fake. It's all real.
When your quarterback is a leader, and then not only is he a leader, when he's a strong Christian leader, then he's the focal point with his boldness for a lot of the spiritual things that are happening.
Jesus Christ is living through us. That's the only chance we have to ultimately do good.
Spiritual things like team Bible studies. Kitna holds a weekly Bible study at his home and attends this one, led by the chaplain.
It's not just John. There's a lot of guys here, but John is the leader who's taking a stand for Christ and is leading, and guys are following. And I think it's primarily because they see it's real. It's the real deal. Christ is real in his life.
When you have a guy like that comes in this locker room, obviously people look up to him differently, and especially guys who are new to Christ and are searching for Christ.
If anyone has any doubts about Kitna's faith, take a look at his locker. Here he has Galatians 2:20 posted, which reads, I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. And over here is the cap that he is known to wear with the bold cross on it. Kitna calls Galatians 2:20 his life verse.
The way I try to live my life is a dead man walking. It means that I don't matter anymore, And you try to live that way. And then when you understand that you are, in God's eyes, you are his. He owns you. You do whatever he wants, then it's a lot easier to live your life with freedom when you understand that God is calling the shots.
For a time, Kitna says he called the shots, and this quarterback's life was a mess.
I was basically an alcoholic, a womanizer, cheating my way through school, stealing. It was at that time I had a girlfriend for about 1.5 years, and she caught me with another girl in bed. And it was that night I was like, man, I need to make a change in my life.
A friend who played for the New York Jets shared the gospel of Jesus Christ with Kitna.
2 weeks later, I prayed the prayer of faith all by myself in my room. And immediately things changed.
What do you want your legacy to be with the NFL?
Just a man that, number one, loved Jesus Christ and was unwavering in his love for Jesus Christ. And then secondly, a guy who loved playing this game, that showed you that you can put Christ first, your family second, and football third, and still be successful. Success
in life. John Kitna knows the source of that, and he's not ashamed to let the world know, leading others to victory as well. Mark Martin, CBN News, Detroit.
What a marvelous person, ladies and gentlemen. Christ first. But, you know, that also shows the forgiving power of God.